One Piece chapter 956. Oda, hold up, man. The whole time I'm thinking he's gonna announce something like Sabo got executed or something. Nah. The big news is the 7 warlords of the sea have been disbanded. And that ain't even the only plot twist in this, man. That ain't even the only plot twist. That is huge news. Don't get me wrong. That is huge. But the other thing Oda's got going on in here is Drake is actually somebody working with the Navy. Oh my God, dude. Like, I didn't see that one coming. You know, like he's the captain of the special, what was it? He's the captain of the top secret special force called Sword. And Kobe's working with them. And the whole time I'm like, man, what the fuck is little snot-nosed Kobe gonna do? Like, I still remember from Marine 4 War Arc where I remember at the time when you guys told me like the reason why Kobe was freaking out like that is because he was using hockey at the time. And I said like, yo, they hit Kobe so hard this dude started hearing voices. It wasn't because of what I said, so totally gaffed on that. But the fact is, like, every time I see Kobe, I still think about this short little shrimp that, you know, Luffy had to rescue in chapter 2, I believe, of One Piece. And so when Kobe's sitting there saying, man, I'm on my way to the Island of Women to capture the pirate empress, Boa Hancock. Once I heard that, I'm like, man, there is no way in hell Kobe is going to be able to keep up with Boa Hancock. I refuse to believe it. There's no way in hell that Kobe is that powerful. And Boa Hancock, to her credit, right, at the end of the chapter, she's like, look, I know that we're surrounded, and that's cool. But this is the thing. You seem to forget the whole reason why they chose us to be 7 warlords. The fact is that they chose us because we're freaking powerful. And once she said that right there, my dick grew like 9 inches right there, and it just got a little harder than what it was used to. And for a brief second, I forgot how much I detest Boa Hancock, because that was some savage shit right there. I love what she said in that moment because, you know, part of the reason she put up with the 7 warlord stuff and did everything she did was to protect her people. And so now you're in a situation where it's like, wait a second, they're going to hunt her down. And it's already difficult to get to that island, but they crossed to get to that island. And now they want to smoke with her. And they done pissed this woman off. Ooh. Yo, I hope we see Boa Hancock throw down. Like, I really hope we see Boa Hancock throw down, man. Like, I'm not a big fan of hers, but dude, that would be fucking awesome to see her and to be able to see Mihawk actually go at it, because even Mihawk is like, man, it's been such a long time since I felt the thrill. And Mihawk is like, are you sure you guys want to do this shit? Like, my man is sitting there like, I'm about to end his career. His career's already done, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the fork in him. And you got the boy Whitebeard's son, same thing. Whitebeard's son, he's surrounded. And you know, the thing about this is that, like, I get it. I totally get what Oda's coming from on this. Like, on one side, the 7 warlord system needed to go because you got people like Doflamingo and Crocodile who they abuse the fuck out that system. So I totally get it. Long overdue. And yet at the same time, this is the crazy thing, right? Like, you also have the other side of it where, you know, they were the necessary evil. And there was an understanding, and now you done backed off. The Navy's supposed to be holier than thou with all these values, and they're the ones who break the agreement with the pirates. And so now the pirates are the ones who are back in the corner. And essentially, you've put them in a situation where their back is against the wall. They're going to have no choice, with the exception of Buggy, but to run right through you. And that's the thing. That's when people are the most dangerous. When they have no more options. When they only have one option but to go right through you. That's going to be interesting right there, man. Because essentially, you're in that situation where things that can go wrong and go according to how you had planned and go the opposite way, That's exactly what's gonna happen right there, man. Like that's huge. That's huge, man. Like I was so focused on what happened to Sabo, what happened to Sabo. And you know, Oda, like I said, Oda hit you with the heavy hand and soft hand, but on this one, you know, just as how Morgan was saying, like, yo, you know, I'm going with a double headline front and back. The world government's like, no, you need to put this on there. You got somebody from Cypher Pool there. My man Morgan says, like, yo, I'm beating the fuck out this dude. I ain't worried about it. He pulled a gun on me and he didn't shoot right away. He catching these hands and he turns around and says, like, look, I'm a journalist before anything. Our spot got way too hot. We're getting the fuck out of here. We're moving up shop now. But whatever happened with Sabo is just as big. Because Makino even closes down the shop because, you know, on that island where Sabo and Luffy and Ace grew up, you know, she knows about them. And so that's the thing. That relationship's there. And she's distraught enough that she closed down everything. And it's serious enough that even Garp looks over at Shirahoshi and says, like, yo, don't let this stuff that happened that I'm about to tell you change your view of what's going on the surface. And so whatever the fuck happened with Sabo, I think that more than likely Sabo got captured because you had that line where Blackbeard's saying, well, if the world government's just going to claim it for theirs, I might as well take it. And so I would think that he's referring to the devil fruit because my man Blackbeard already got 2 devil fruits. Why not try and take a third? There's something going on with this dude's body. I don't know if it's because he's just a fat motherfucker and his body can just handle more. But whatever's going on here is, you know, Blackbeard's in that situation where he sees an opportunity. And anytime this dude tries to strike, it's very similar to what you saw with Marineford, where Blackbeard used the events of Impel Down to his advantage. And it appears as if he's using everything that's going on with Sabo and everything that's going on with, if I'm not mistaken, the 7 warlords. Blackbeard is trying to use these advantages for something else. So it's going to be crazy if you're going to have a situation where in Wano, you're going to have Blackbeard, you're going to have Kaido and Big Mom potentially all in the same spot. Like, what if you have a situation where it's all 4 of the Yonko all in one spot at some point during the climax of the arc? And that leads to an even bigger war between these different Yonko, because we're clearly reaching that end game right here, because this is a huge thing. I thought that this was just, you know, what if the Straw Hats were at Marineford? I thought that this was something like that, and Oda was just giving you that version of the story. This is something bigger. This is bigger. This is like when you look at the Avengers movies and you had all those Avengers assembling to take down Thanos. You weren't going to have that in Wakanda. You were going to have that in Endgame. Like, this is how that felt right there. This is how that felt right there. This felt like this was leading towards something. Whether or not Oda pays that off, I'm not sure, but I would not rule out, at a bare minimum, 3 of the Yonko on Wano at the same time. Going to be very interesting. The wild card is Shanks, because if I'm not mistaken, Shanks, when the reverie was going on, Shanks met with some of the higher ups. So the wild card is Shanks, because last time there was a war, Shanks stepped in and swung his dick around and everybody said, "Daddy, please be gentle." I'm wondering right now what Shanks' next move is. That's going to be the interesting thing. So my chapter question to you guys is, at the time, what did you think actually happened to Sabo, and how big of a move was it to actually disband the 7 warlords of the sea? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.